I'm doing a dedication video to finish where I dropped off in the last short about the article that Mr. Sir Elton John at 77 admits death fears after revealing he's crippled, blind, and incontinent. And he states, "I don't know how much time I have left," by Joshua Wilburn. I'm stating again for the record, this is my edit and a continuation, second video, full in length with full details into the full-blown, near 5,000 worded comment, special message, not only to the world, but to Mr. Elton John, who I understand realizes that he doesn't have a lot of time left. He's not trying to work and dedicate much more of his life as he's a veteran and haven't already been through this stuff enough. You guys, I implore you to read his article and reach out to him. Hopefully my words reach him, and hopefully people can share this, because this isn't about me getting famous as I made my posted comment in the comment section. I just posted in the 1,800 comments. It's lucky that my comment will even be seen by much of anybody. People may raise it to the top, but my biggest hope is Mr. Elton John hears the words from a fellow human being, because there's many out there just like me who don't want Mr. Elton John to fear death and be alone in this time and day and age, regardless of religion, beliefs. So here we go with my clip to Mr. Elton John.
This is very sad. Sir John Elton, 77, admits death fears after we revealed he's crippled, blind, and incontinent. I don't know how much time I have left. Thank you, Joshua Wilburn, for this article from Radar Online. This article's already blown up with a lot of likes, which I don't know why people are liking it, other than the fact that this is the truth of his words and speaking, and I can completely understand why. That should be honestly the only reason why. That's just my opinion. And about close to 2,000 comments. As you can see here, this legendary man, from his heart and his songs and his legendary life that he's lived through, all of the people he's met in his life, even back to Freddie from the Bohemian Rhapsody, the legendary gay singer and proud man himself, and many other famous people that he's known for in his record UK life and legacy. Let's pay our respects and commemorations to this legendary man, and hope that he gets better, and hope he...
So we're going to now go to the article, and I want to show you what I made a post to him about, as his last statement here is that he feels like he's being worse off than he's ever felt in his life. And he's even had some of the worst hangovers he's had in the 70s and 80s, and that's saying something. So in commemoration to you, Mr. Elton John, I want to show you my comment and read it out word for word, as I'm not the only person who shouted out to you and many others in this comment section, paying their dearest respects. I'm sure there's some who may just keep it short and brief and don't want to be too direct in their words. Some want to be more, hidden and, reclusive. Even some who don't want to just say to the context. But a lot of people are paying a true respect, and I couldn't be more proud. So I couldn't post on here this, but I did make this comment, and I want to read it out word for word from me. A video from me on YouTube, which you just saw in this clip, to Mr. Elton John. I hope all to see this. Not for me to get famous, no. As a human being who cares from the words from this beloved GOAT, greatest of all time, legend of music, legend who's lived many lives before so many. Anyone who cares to read my description, you'll see a message I wrote for Elton John. That's this message here. This is what's in the description. If any chance Elton John gets it, it's also for the entire world. Love and respect. You got a life to give, Mr. Elton John, and a life still worth living. Elton John, you got a voice, and you can sing and speak like no other. Here's my YouTube. I posted my link. And a special shout out to you, Mr. Elton John. I wrote a lot for you, nearly 5,000 words. And now I'm going to take you to the video and to the very first post in the link of the description of my 5,000 nearly words. In the short, I put the disclaimer. I am aware I stated I was curious where there were so many likes to this article. I'm not at all biased against people liking the article. It's good that a lot of people are reacting and liking it. This is a man who has lived long enough through so many generations of love, peace, and war. Forget the typo there. And the ever-growing complications of the political atmosphere worldwide. He experienced so many legends in his past life and lived so many lives beyond many of what we could only imagine. I've seen it in him in even the movie roles he's played and in personal interviews. Mr. Elton John, you've got nothing but love and compassion and a depth of empathy unlike any other. Even in your life now, you selflessly are giving your words for everybody else to see. If I could hug you, I would hug you. If I could hear the words and hear the love and the compassion in you, I would be there right there. But I'm just a regular Joe in the world who's been lucky enough to be alive to see the upbringing legend of you, sir. And as I continue, it shows here he's seen great legendary people come to the stages of performance and make their shine in the spotlight. Elton John is a legend and a man cannot be replaced. He's speaking out of his fears about how much time he has left, especially for that of which he has to spend with his family. I can realize Elton John doesn't know hardly any of the people alive today. What I mean by that is most of the many generations who know his name and who don't even know him personally, who know him, who are under generations, under generations that are younger than him, and people who grew up with him. I say my loving support to Mr. Elton John, and I hope that others around the world will send their love and support. And then I continue. I can speak of myself having never met anybody famous, never shaken anybody's hand, never even received a famous autograph. I'm proud to know the life I've lived so far as an American citizen and a human being on this planet. Apart from all the crazy stuff going on in the world and the stuff I've encountered, I'm lucky to say that money has never brought me anything more than the necessities of basic survival. Even then, I grew up on a farm and I knew how to live and supply and grow my own food. I'm just stating the fact that I can basically handle what most people can who know the basics of basic food growing. So getting back to the full comment here, I can far better survive than most. Not saying I'm the best. And no, I'm not saying I'm the only one who can. And as for the legendary famous actor and celebrities, I meant to state, where some people may think, why do we care about human beings? Simple as that. They're human beings. Elton John is a human being. He has feelings and emotions. And trust me, Mr. Elton John, I've had people come to my comment section when I make basic posts about the lives of someone famous who made something funny, like embarrassing farting in their scenes, or embarrassing moments on scene or on set. And people already have seen posts that I've done where even legendary actor Brad Pitt didn't live a very clean lifestyle when he first came through. So you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to tell you straight up right now. It is about the people, no matter what their age is, who they are. Doesn't matter whether they're famous, wealthy, entitled, high, rich class person. Those types of people may not always think of every other person on the planet, but you'd be surprised. And what I mean is, you'd be surprised who does. And same for all the little people out there, the low class, the poor, the middle class. And it shows here why I'm proud to support my channel, even if my words and my voice may not get heard. I meant to say, I may have to edit that. Didn't mean to say hurt. Heard by Elton John. I want people to know I care. Maybe this video will get shared with Mr. Elton John. I want him to know he's not alone, and he may not know us. He may not know myself. We may come from different generations, but we love Elton John, and we support him, and we wish nothing but peace and happiness and the time he can spend to make the very best of the moments that he has. And that means, like, in the sense of, like, whatever time you have left, Mr. Elton John, make the best of it. Do not live in fear. Do not live in regret. Bring life and happiness and joy to those around you, just like you've done all of your time before. You don't know when your last days are, so do not dwell on fear and regret. I love and respect you as an individual, Elton John, as a human being, even though I know very little of you other than your name, your legacy, the charities, and the kind words you've shared through the years. Your music is one that will last through the ages, and there isn't a single trilogy, eulogy, or legacy that even comes close to the unique defining qualities of the human being you are. And I continue. Thank you, Mr. Elton John. Keep on living strong. Keep on bringing the joy, and don't let the beat, rock, jazz, soul music leave your soul or your heart. If you can make any song, if you could sing anything throughout these days, do whatever and whatever you can. Write whatever you want. Speak whatever you want. Address the nation. Address the world. We've got dictators threatening nuclear Armageddon. We've got a president, former convicted Donald Trump, of 12 American citizens, of which convicted him of sexual crimes. I should revise this. It's a little sloppily written, and that's a brainstorm. That's why I'm doing a live read-back follow-up on this. Of crimes against women, and of course, all too commonly, he's guilty of tax evasion and criminal conduct, stealing from the little guys, or little man. Donald Trump doesn't care about anybody but himself. And even I care more about him than he does. I meant to say, not, I put in harm. He's doing to his own family more damage than his own family probably realizes, and then he even realizes. Even I care more about him, and I'm sure there's other people in America that care about the damage he's doing to his family than he even admits to show. He openly shows out in public. And that's empathy right there. Even for somebody like Trump who doesn't show any empathy. And I show here, he's going to write out the election, and even if he loses, I hope there aren't any sore losers. Poor people to mishandle the election, to cause a riot or complications, because that's not what our democracy is about. Showing right here that I hope people can come together, because we can't keep looking back at the past. We can't keep repeating the mistakes of our past. We either have to tough it up and own up to whoever wins, and I can live with the fact if this country in America supports Donald Trump. I can live with that just like I did back in 2016. I wasn't proud to vote for Hillary Clinton, still not. But you know what? I don't hate her. Donald Trump won. I watched every day as he ran. I watched at 2 a.m. when most people went to sleep, when Donald Trump made that infamous, boring snore, proud speech when everybody else was brain dead at 2 a.m. in the morning. And I didn't see anything but a wasted 4 years of endless campaigning, to be honest with you. And not enough addressing on gun violence in this country. Tax breaks for the rich and putting our country into debt. And sure, America felt like we were doing great, but, you know, back on the more important topics, we're not living in the past. We're living in today, in the present. And even with what and who I'm voting for, I'm proud to outwardly speak out here. I wasn't proud to vote for Hillary, but at this time and day and age, no one is a greater threat to democracy than the spread of misinformation and the crazy people Donald Trump aligns himself with. Now, no surprise that we have a new age president under 60, Kamala Harris, that's fighting her way to the top. She has Tim Walz, and I think a lot of people are going to be voting for her. And I can say that again. I'm proud to say that. I know I'm one of them, and not because of the bias, not because of fear, not because of picking the lesser of two evils. She's the candidate for president that we live in now, in the present. And that's what I got to say. And there's my face. As an American here, Mr. Elton John, from me to you, much love and much respect. Don't leave a second too late to keep doing what you do and being who you are, because you are the GOAT. You are the man of soul, jazz, rock and roll. We love you, Elton John. Thank you.